Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Fullstack Development session, the demonstration day. Okay, so before I start, just let me know that you guys are able to hear my voice properly and as well as you're able to see my screen as well. Just give me the confirmation so that we can go ahead now. Yeah, fine. So you're able to hear me right. Good. So I'm Keshav, and I've been working as a full stack developer around 9+ years. So the moment I started my journey as a developer, from that day, so from that time onwards, I started giving trainings as well. So I'm into both the development and as well as training department. So both. And coming to my expertise, I'm into uh, both Java stack. I'm good with Java stack and also the Node stack. Coming to the applications and the database, I'm good with equally good with both the SQL style databases like MySQL, like Oracle and all, and NoSQL database like MongoDB. Coming to the web page creation, like website creation or web development technologies, we say like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, both React and Angular. I'm good with. So apart from that, few other things. So yeah, yes, I'm good at. So okay, let's not waste much time for this. So let's get into the topic, guys. Here. So here, before we talk about what are the different technologies available in full stack development, like what are the technologies we have to learn for becoming a full stack developer. Before I talk about that, first we should know exactly what is full stack development, right? So later we can able to do all these things. So full stack development is nothing but it's a process of creating an end-to-end web application. That web application. See here, what I'm using like Notepad, right? So the Notepad, calculator, or some media players, or some small desktop games. You have read games. So these are one category of applications, software applications. Apart from that, we do have something like Gmail, IRCTC, Amazon, and Facebook. So like that, these are the other category of applications. So these are the main two category of applications. So in our daily life, we used to work with them. Right? So what is the fundamental difference we can observe between those two? So just by looking at that, what is the fundamental difference? We can able to see here. So this is the first category of applications. It's calculator, and this is the second one. So what is the difference here? Don't want too much technical, just normal difference. Just by looking at that, what is the difference we can see the first category and the second category. So that is also application we work. These are also applications, right? What might be the difference? Snasish. Also, you can say your answer in the chat box, no problem. Any answer is fine. I want you to be interactive. That's it. Yeah. Okay, fine. Once you are telling something. Yeah. Okay, fine. So here, the major difference here we can observe is to run this
Yes, I can.
application. Yeah, yeah. Tell me, Mansur.
Yes, sir. Actually, this is the difference is internet-based application, right? Gmail, IRCTC, Amazon.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes, yes.
The calculator notepad is not necessary internet.
Yes, yes, good, good. So, uh, without getting into what technologies are used for that, and that is different story. But if you wanted to work with the, as a user, I'm talking. If you want to work with the first category of applications, we don't require any internet for that. But if you talk about the second one, definitely require internet. That is the fundamental difference between them. And these are also applications. These are also applications. We know very well that these two are what software, applications types here, right? So what it is called software, we have some problems like some situations or scenarios. We'll be solving them with the help of the tools or softwares, whatever it is. So that software application is nothing but what will be there, different tasks will be there. Let's say example, um, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is one application. Like in that, what will be there? You can a text you can send the text message to the particular user, that is one task. And you can send a video message to one user or audio message, or you can call normal call like a voice call you can make, or video call you can make, and you can keep the status. These are different what I can say, like task. So all these tasks are nothing but the programs, I can say. So people use certain programming language. See, as a user will be using them, but when I talk about programmers, what people will be doing, software engineers, is they will be creating the programs, and all those programs together, integrated together, gives the software application. Here also same example, like to call, make a call, they'll be writing one program. To make a video call, they'll be writing a program. Just example, I try to understand for that purpose I'm telling, right? Now, to write all these programs, what is the main thing here? The programming language. So they'll be using one programming language, and they'll be creating certain logics, and all will be integrated together, so that the application will be created. But WhatsApp will not fall into this category because it is used by internet, right? So that is a difference. But same, assume like chess game, something like that. For that programming language, programs are written and everything is integrated together, like games or media players, whatever. Now, to work with this category of applications, we require only one system. If we have one system, in that system, if we can install that software application, then we can run it for any number of times. So it is like a install once, run any number of times kind of category of applications. And this category of applications has a special name actually, called standalone applications. They are called standalone applications. And we have the next category right here. These are called web-based applications, or in simple words, people say web applications. So both are equal. So web based or web applications. Here, if we want to work with the first category, I told it one system is required, and in that system, the particular software will be installed once and use as you wish. Okay. Like how many times you want. That's it. This is like a motto of the first category of applications. When I talk about the installation, that installation we can do manually, by taking some drive or something like that we can install. Sometimes what happens is some programs are already been installed, or softwares are already been installed along with the OS. Let's say example of Notepad, we don't install. Calculator, we don't install. But Windows, okay, but other media players like VLC and all we install, right? Some games we install. Example, got it? That's it. This is the story about the standalone applications. But when you talk about the full stack development, the word, it is completely associated with the web-based applications. Mostly people say like, why we need internet here? Because some people say like, yes, it is Gmail, no, that's why internet. Amazon, right? That is the internet available. That's why we need internet. No? So the actual reason is, if we want to work with the second category of applications here, so what we require is two systems. At a time, two systems must be working. For the first category, only one system. That's it. There it will be installed and work. For the second category, we require two systems to be working with each other. and those two systems are not at same place. One is at one place, the other system will be at some distant place. So to connect them only we need internet. Or to make you understand a better way, that you have Gmail, right? So where is your Gmail? If you guys say that in your mobile your Gmail is available, then you can open your Gmail even in your computer, laptop, computer also, right? Like desktop. You can open your Gmail even in your laptop also, provided you remember your credentials. So if you say like your Gmail is inside your phone, it is completely in phone mode, that is not 100% correct answer. The thing is, you are accessing your Gmail account or Gmail, whatever it is, application through your phone, but not completely its data is present in the phone. Understood? Same is the case with the other, like either you can through tab, you are accessing through tab or through laptop or through desktop, but the actual data will be stored in some other place. So that is that, assume like Google is from Gmail is from Google, right? Assume like that is at Google server office somewhere in that another system will be there. So the system or the computer, in simple words to understand, I'm saying like, which we use is the client system, and the system which is at some other place is called the server system. So client system and server system. See guys, server system is also a computer. So try not to have some other misconception like that. Server means something different. No. So that is also a computer. So you might have already seen these things in your in some movies, and you might have already observed, right? So yeah. See, but their capability is bigger than the normal computer. See here, this is the computer only. This is these server computers will not have any monitor or keyboard, something like that, not required like that. So input output device, but they have CPU. It itself is a computer, right? So like this is a very big server computer. This is a normal, but yes, but still when you look at this, see this is one computer. The size of them is definitely bigger than your normal computer. See, this is a computer. Got it? Here, to see. This is one server computer. Okay, fine. So what I mean to say here is, see the size. You can able to see like this is a computer. If you want to connect it to the monitor, you can, but mostly it is not, right? This is like this. Yeah, fine. So now, uh, what I want to say here is, this is also a computer. This is also a computer. From this computer, we'll be connecting to this computer, but we cannot connect that with our own wires, like because they are present at some remote place, right? Assume like it is at USA now. So we cannot make a connection of our own wire to Gmail server computer. Absolutely not possible. That's the reason what we use is already so many computers, like thousands, not thousands, millions, lakhs, or millions of computers are already connected with each other with internet. They are connected with what? Internet. So we use internet, and with the help of internet, we'll be connecting to the server machine through client machine. That's it. And how we connect is, so many things are there in the internet, no? But how we connect to the specific system is, every system connected to the internet will be having a dedicated IP address. You know, right? IP address starts from 1 9. Example, I'm telling you, will not be same. Like this one IP address will be the usual, right? So, by typing this IP address in the browser of your, client machine, we can connect it to the particular server machine. Okay, good. But remembering the IP addresses for different applications is not an easy task, right? So people don't do that. Instead of using the IP addresses, what people will be using here is, people will be using something called domain names. Let's say same example like Gmail. Instead of connecting Gmail with this, so some IP address. Okay, it's not Gmail's one, but assume like some IP address. Instead of that, what we use here is domain name. So what is the domain name here? Gmail.com. So we type gmail.com in our client machine. So that will be connected to the Gmail server computer directly. That's it. And this is for the users. Observe this, guys. This point, that Gmail.com, whatever that we have name, right? That domain name, that is only for the users. What I say, like uh, flexibility. For us only we use that, but internally computers are again connected with only IP address. Got it? It's like just a dummy name for us, like that. But in the background means, You have one IP address 192 point something something something. That IP address is matched with the gmail.com. That's it. And whenever we type gmail.com, that particular IP address computer will be connected. Got it? So that is what is really happening. So that's it. This is how why internet. I told this story only about why internet for running the web-based applications here. Yeah, guys, Mansoor and Snehasish, you just drop your mail ID and your mobile number, contact mobile number, the WhatsApp number to organizers. You can drop that to organizers in the chat box. Yeah, fine. Now, assume like now we have connected. So now we are going to talk about the exact word called full stack now. So assume the small box, whatever I have drawn here is like a client system, and the one which I have drawn here something like a server system, the bigger one. Now the connection, these are like connection, like assume like two wires just for understanding purpose. Okay, it's not wires, but okay. Yeah, assume like connection is established. Now what we will do, assume like take the same example like Gmail. Then we want to work with the Gmail means we should have an account in the Gmail, right? So for that purpose, we go to some sign up page in the Gmail, right? Gmail application. So there certain fields will be there, and we'll be keep on entering the data into that fields, right? And once we successfully enter that, and at the end you'll be having a button, right? Like register something. The moment you click that, then what happens is your data, whatever you are entering here, will go from your client machine. This is client machine I told you, right? So the data will go from your client machine to the server machine. Client machine and right. So whatever I mentioned in this circle here, right, so that will be like some circle. This will be the data, and the data will be transferred from client machine to the server machine. And what happens inside the server machine here is we will be having a certain program in this. Already one program will be written in the server computer. So what is that program? So the name of the program can be anything. Let's say here example, the program name is or program, or I can say module, anything. So the module or the program name is registration. So what exactly this program will do here is whatever the data coming from client to the server side. So here the data is coming from a client to the server side right here like this. Just I'm indicating the arrow. Your data coming. So this is this small this circle is the data. Takes that data, collects that data, and what is the purpose now? Register. Registration means our credentials, everything should be stored permanently in the Gmail's database. That is what the logic, right? So that logic will be written inside that, and it internally calls the database here. So what it will do here, it will internally call the database, and they'll be using certain database. The database can be anything over there, but it internally calls the database, and whatever the data we entered, from our client machine, the data will go and it will get stored in that particular database. So there, that can be Gmail users table, something like that. In that, you'll be saved as one of the users. That's it. Now this process will happen, and after this, who will do all this? The registration program will do. After some time, after this process done, like data will go and store. Then immediately, uh, say the data will go and store in the form of a table and all. Okay, that's a different story. Whatever it is, how it is stored. Now, one message also will be generated in this program. What is the message? Your registration uh, created successfully, or your registration successfully done. Kind of, a message will be generated, and that message will be sent from your server machine to the, you know, client machine here, from here to here. So what will be sent? What the, in that? the small, the message, what, it's like the small message will be sent here from server machine to the client machine. That's it. Now, next time when we are doing, assume like, oh, here we created our, account like something Mansoor at gmail.com. 123 is the password. Assume like that. Okay. Mansoor at gmail.com is ID and 123 is the password. Now, next day, what we will do, we will not again do sign up, right? Already we did sign up one time, so we don't need to do sign up again and again. So then what we will do is in this client machine, instead of going with sign up page, this time we'll go with another page called login page. So here what will be having two fields, will be having just two fields to enter username and password, the credentials. Then you'll be clicking the button like login button or something, like proceed button or sign in button. Then what happens is immediately your data, like your credentials, login credentials, assume this, this blue color symbol is like your login credentials. So that will go from your client system to the server system. And here what happens is inside the server system you will be having another program this time. Earlier registration, now this time it will call this program. How it will know this program only to be called in the like in this button, whenever we are clicking the button we will be writing the code in such a way that we will tell in the server which program, which module it should hit. So then what happens here, there is some program, assume like the program name is login. Then the data will go and store into go into that login program. What data will go? Credentials. Which credentials? Current credentials, like right now what you entered. But login is something, it has to validate, right, whether it is correct or not. So for that purpose what it will do is it will take the data from the database. But because in the database you have your original data, right? So that data will be taken out, like let's say example here, with the name called Mansoor, with username called Mansoor, what is the password, everything will be taken out. And now here two things will be matched or checked, right? Matched or checked means whatever you are entering the present data, this one, and the original data, so both will be checked, like password and username will be checked. So when we are cross-checking that password and all, so what is the possibility? Two possibilities. Maybe true, may not be true, right? Like maybe correct password or wrong password. If it is correct password, then what happens here is one home page will be generated here, where inside your program, login program, on home page will be generated, and that home page will be sent as a response to the client mission. This is what happens. Got it? Now, then client will be using that. Next, again, the process will be happening. So whatever we do in the client mission, whatever we click the button or we click a link or something, right? And next, immediately it goes to the server, right? So whatever it goes from your client mission to the server mission is called a request. So what we call it as a request. A request should be made from a client system to the server system, and whatever we get back from the server system to the client system is called a response. So if you take any example, you take any example of web application working currently, you take any example, then those applications you tell any what I say, like any operation that is just the combination of request and response. That's it. You are using Facebook, assume in the Facebook you are typing something like VI, some name you're typing, then you'll be getting some names of Facebook users like Vinay, Vikram, Vishal, something like that, right? So you are typing from your computer called client, there you typing VI, right? Then what happens here in the reality is that word called VI will go from your client system to the server system. Inside the server system here, you will be having a certain what I select, a certain program will be there, and that program name may be search program, and that will go to the database, and from the database here, database, right, to connect to the database. From that it will fetch all the users whose name is starting with VI, and then it will create one page like a kind of response here, and that list, it will be sending as a response here. Got it? So like that, it will be happening. So example is Gmail I told, but you can have e-commerce application, then also same story, but not just two three things. You have like cart, add to cart program, like different programs will be there in the server side, right? So yeah, add address, add to cart, buy now, apply coupon, or uh, avail discount. So many things will be there, right? Check whether you are a prime user. So many things will be there in the programs, right? Now the important thing is, as I told you already, it is simply request and response cycle, whatever operation you do. But the thing is, we don't find like from our computer request is going to the server and they processing the request, then generating the response, getting back. We don't get these things. Why? The things are happening within a second. That's why we don't find all these things. Let's say example of Google. You're typing something in the Google. You type like English ENGLISH. Then what happens immediately? So many websites, with that word called English will come, right. But reality is that English, the word you type, it will go to the Google server, and it will get all the list of websites which are having the keyword like English, and that list of websites will come in the form of a proper list, and that will be represented as a response. But this will happen within a second, not just a second. This will happen within millisecond, microsecond. That's why we don't see like request going, processed, and the response back. No, we don't see that. Got it? But still, it's request and response cycle. Now, uh, if you look at the server side here, why we are doing all these things? It is for the purpose of web application, right? So to create the web application, like first we have to understand how a web application architecture will be there, right? So that is the thing we are trying to get here. Okay. Now, in this server side, if you look at this, we are having certain programs here, right? So I'm just indicating them like this, something like gray color, right? This box contains so many programs, right? And all these programs together is nothing but the software. Generally, what is the software? Programs together, right? And these are having at what side? Which computer? It is server side, right? So that's why we can say it is a server side software. And to create it, we need to write the programs at server side. And how can we write them? This is the place where an important aspect comes, by using the programming language. That's it, simple. So to create the server-side software, we need certain programming languages or technologies which are used for server-side. Or in simple words, there are some important, prominent server-side technologies. They are Java or Node, like Python, .NET, or something like PHP, and also like that we do have. What are these? These are the programming languages which are used for developing the server-side programs. But in real time, whenever we use these programming languages to develop them, we don't use only the programming language. Along with the programming language, we use something else. You might have something like Spring for Java, okay, and something like Express for Node, and something like Django for people setting Django, like some Django, some that ASP.NET or some .NET Core for .NET. Here, what are these? These are called frameworks. So what we call them? These are frameworks. So what exactly framework will do is, first important thing, framework is not a language. First of all, you have to remember that, and it is built on the top of some programming language. If you say Spring, Spring is in Java, okay, like that. But what exactly framework will do is, framework will make developer life easy. That I can say. Right? Framework will make a developer life easy. So if you are developing anything with a pure Java, only Java, or if you're developing it with Java along with the Spring, there will be difference. So so many activities will be there, like common activities. Instead of writing code from the scratch, we take the help of Spring. Example, got it? So like that, we have framework for any technology. So without the framework, I'm telling you, like a statement, like you cannot, nowadays, there is no development without framework. It's like a tool which will make developer life easy. Fine. Now, okay, good. We are talking about this, so that we can create a server-side software. Then what it will do? It will work for our applications, because in this, what the code, whatever we have written, the code is actually executing for the application logic. Means like your application is web application is for some purpose, right? Amazon is for one purpose, and yeah, Gmail is for one purpose, like that. So that application logic is written inside this, these programs, and already we have written. So now it's working fine, good. So means if user clicks, sign up, then what to be happen already written. If user clicks login, what to be happen? If user clicks check, what should happen? If user clicks add to cart, what should happen? Everything is written. Okay, good. But the important thing is where user has to click. Got it. That is important. Where user has to click. That also to be provided by the programmer only. Okay, assume like we created a beautiful program at server side and we install everything ready now. So if user try to get into our computer, like server computer, if he hit some request, yes, we are in the position to serve. But where he has to, understood. So that should be at the client side. Client means what? User using system, right? That can be a mobile, or it can be a tab, or it can be a desktop, or it can be a laptop. It can be anything. So that is what your client machine is about. That can be anything. Now, to connect with that, to your server, to click the button and all, what should be available is a website should be available in the client side. Understood? So here, something like a website to be ready, like some design should be there, and website is nothing but what here. See, you take the example of Gmail. What Gmail is a website? What Gmail website will contain? Sign up page, login page, home page, contact example, and some pages, inbox page, and all. You take Amazon, Amazon also will have certain pages. What they are called, they are web pages. So if you talk about a website, it is nothing but a collection of web pages here. So website as it is collection of web pages. So if we wanted to uh, create this website, why? Because this website is the client side software. What it is called? It is a client side software. We know, right? Already we have seen the server side software, right? So it's been written with the Java or some languages. We take the help of that and we create some modules and all, right. But this is something we create at client side, that is called server client side software. That is nothing but a website. How to create it? By creating the web pages. So in simple words, I can say if you want to create a website, you should know how to create a web page. Then create multiple web pages and attach them or integrate them. Yes, you can get a you know, website, right? Now here the important thing is how to do that, because we need some technology help, right? So to write the application logic at server side, we already taken some help of some, we came to know like these are the things used. At this side, if you want to create website, means web page only. If you want to create a web page, we must and should use three technologies here. So three technologies, and they are like mandatory. Three mandatory technologies are there to create the web pages. They are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. JS is like short form for JavaScript. That's it. Now, guys, just observe this. This side, server side. If you look at this, I'm using the word like slash, like the letter like slash, right? Symbol means you can learn either Java or Node or Python or .NET. Like you don't need to have good grip on all the things. You can have only one thing, one of the technology. Okay, along with the framework, but one of the technologies. But here I mentioned comma, right? Here HTML comma, CSS comma, JavaScript. Means definitely the duty of HTML different, and the duty of CSS different, and the duty of JavaScript different. So what exactly the HTML duty here is? If we look at any web page or website, we see some content, right? What kind of content? Like text, we can see some links, some buttons we see, or some images we see, right? So all these things are called content. So what we call that? Content. So HTML is actually responsible for adding content into the web page. So all the content is added only with the help of HTML language or HTML technology here. Then, okay, all the content already with HTML, then why CSS here? Okay, assume like we created one website or web page where we have written certain headings like hello students, welcome to full stack. Your full stack development journey starts here, something like that. Some two three statements are there in that website. That's it. It's a simple website. No much what I say, like extra things like videos or nothing. Is just a plain website. In web page I can say just two three lines, that's it. Now those lines, dear students, welcome to full stack, should be in green color, uh, or should be in red color, or that should be in yellow color, right? So these things are not done with HTML. Got it? HTML adds in another way I can say, like, just a raw content, just as it is it will add. So no special stylings will be added. So that's the reason we use CSS to apply the stylings to our web page or website. That's the reason the CSS is mainly responsible for the view part, like the appearance of your web page. Got it? So now using HTML, all content, and using CSS, all the different styles. Yes, we can do that right now. Then why JavaScript? Because using HTML and CSS together, we can create web pages, and we can create website. Yes, absolutely we can create. But the thing is, using HTML and CSS, we can create only static web pages and static websites. So what does it mean by static? People cannot interact with that website or web pages. People only can read it, or people only can listen it. Like if you provide some images, they can see that. If you provide video, they can listen to that. But uh, they cannot interact. But if you take the example of any applications you are working nowadays, definitely will be interactive, right? So that facility is not with HTML and CSS. So we need that pages to be dynamic in nature. Got it? So opposite to static is what? Dynamic. So HTML and CSS, these things together will be creating just static pages. That is a problem here. They'll be just creating the static web pages or static websites. But we want websites to be dynamic. So to add that dynamic nature to our web pages, we use a language called JavaScript here. And JavaScript decides the behavior of your web page. So it is mainly responsible for the behavior of your web page. So what does it mean by behavior? That is dynamically how your website should change according to user inputs. Let's say example, simple example I can tell you, like you are applying for some job, okay, some software development or some job you are applying in the internet to some company, something. Then you'll be having a form, right? You'll be entering some data, right? Yeah. No, assume like the field will be like, are you an experienced IT professional? Then options will be what? Two, yes, no. Two options will be there. If you select no, nothing will happen. But if you select yes, then one more extra box will come, right? Enter the previous experience details. You might observe this. What I'm saying is, using HTML we cannot achieve this. We can make it like that experience box, we can make it to be available, or we can make that to be not available. But if user select this one, then it should be available. If user does not select that one, then it should not be available. That we cannot do that. Got it? Or dynamic means, see, assume here two, four, five people are there, right? Now the same website, one person, one of you is opting for yes, then you will be having the extra box. Another person is using for no, then you will not be having the extra box. At same site, everything, same page, everything, but it is behaving differently for different people depending on the options they choose. Got it? That is what the dynamic nature, and that is done through JavaScript programming. Using JavaScript, we write some program to the pages, to the web pages. We write the program using HTML and CSS. We design the web pages. We add the content and we provide some stylings to the three CSS. But this dynamic nature is added with the help of the JavaScript. Clear? Now, if you talk about the complete web application, these are the story, like these are the story points. Like all these things should be included for your web application. You take anything, everything will. You take Gmail. The Gmail will have what? Sign up page. Everything will be there. And the moment you click, really sign up will happen. Right? How? In the server, some program will be there. Now, important thing here is, if you take the example of any web-based application here, so something I already mentioned in the yellow color now. Yeah. So if you take the example of any web-based application, this side we cannot see. Means, take Gmail. Can you see Gmail how login program is written? Can you see Gmail how registration program? Can you see at least what database they are using for getting the data to be stored and all? Can you see these things? Definitely we cannot see them, right? So that's the reason this part of the web application is known as back end. So what we call this as back end. This development is called back end development. And next, this side, client side, like web pages and all. Can we see like sign up page? Yes, we can see. Can we see button? Yes, we can see. Can we see that link? Yes. Can we see that text box? Yes. The color we can see? Yes. So all these things we can see, and we'll be interacting with the web application only through this client side software, like through web pages, right? So that's why this site. So whatever uh, I've drawn with this orange color here, right? You're able to see. So this is called front end. This is called front end. Front end of the web application. So your web application will have two ends, front end and back end. And the development is called front end development. This is client side development or website creation client side. Total software development is called front end development, and server side is called back end development. The people who work for this are called front end developers, and the people who work for this are called back end developers. And here, whoever does both the things of the web application process, that is the development of front end and as well as the development of back end, so that is called full stack, and that development is called full stack development, and the people who involved in that are called full stack developers. So that is what full stack development is about, the word we started with, right? So that is what is full stack development here. That is what the full stack development is. So the creation of both front end side software and as well as back end side software. And simple words, creating the front end and back end for a web based application or any web application is called the full stack development here. Okay. And now, as I told you already, that the framework concept, right? For Java, for different language, we have different framework. It will make our work easy. Without framework, nowadays there is no development. But coming to this side, here we have three technologies. We must and should use three. Here you can use any one of them, but here three. So HTML is very simple language, and it is very pretty straightforward language. It is HTML. So in the HTML we have something called tags. If you learn tags, that's it. HTML you can easily understand. Next is like CSS. CSS is more about stylings. So for giving the styles, we have certain properties. Some style properties will be there. We have to learn like for changing the color of the text, we have one property. For changing the background, we have one property. For changing the space, we have one property. For changing the position of the element, we have one property. Understood? If you learn that, then fine. But coming to the JavaScript, it adds, it is responsible for the behavior, and with the help of this, we'll be creating the dynamic applications, right? So what happens here is we have to write the program here. So for JavaScript, we have to write the program. So in HTML, CSS, the program will not be involved with logic. They'll be like very pretty straightforward. But here in the JavaScript, logic, like the way you do for Java, Node, or Python, the same way here you have to write. The difference is Java, Python. The purpose is server side. These programs you write, but this one for adding dynamic nature to the web pages, you write the code. So for JavaScript also we have frameworks. For HTML it's very straightforward, but especially for JavaScript we have frameworks. So those frameworks are, if you look at this, backend side we have so many options like technologies, but front end side only one technology called JavaScript for programming purpose. No other no programming language will work for JavaScript for front end. That's the reason here we don't have only one framework. We have several frameworks available for JavaScript. They are like this. So AngularJS, Vue.js, React.js, Next.js, Humber.js, Nest.js, 3.js. So like that, the list goes on. Got it? So many other. But out of these, first three are more prominent: Angular, React, Vue, and among them, Angular and React. But compared to Angular and React, at least nowadays, for recent years, the React has got more popularity. So in our course, we will be learning the React. So front end, because our course is what it's about HTML, it's about web application development, or simple words, full stack development, right? What we learned, full stack means both back end development and front end development. So here front end side we learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, along with that a framework called React. Coming to the backend, we can have the flavors here, so we can go with any of the backend. And here one more name, like using this front end only, user will be interacting with the complete application, right? So the phasing of your application is with the front end. So that's the reason this front end is having another name also there. So that, what is that other name here? That other name is called UI, user interface, or people say UI development is nothing but front end development only. Now here, if we wanted to learn the full stack development, so our journey will be like starting from the front end here. So when you're doing the back end, so along with the application logic, along with the programming, here you'll be learning about database also, so how to connect to the database through you're connecting to the DB and getting the data from the DB, right? So here Java logic, whatever you're writing, but to connect to the DB and all, you need some SQL kind of stuff. So you'll be having that also. That will be included in the backend. Okay. Now, so first we'll be starting with the something like a front end here. So the front end is like common. So you can learn any full stack, but the front end will be like common. So first we'll be starting with the front end, and in the front end, the technologies will be like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript main, and then we have React.js. Coming to the backend, we have option like uh, we can go with the Java track, or we can go with the Node here. So here I will be teaching both of them, like either you can opt any one of them, like either Java or Node, something like that. Yeah. So in Java, what you will be learning is all concepts related to Java, like both core concepts and advanced concepts of Java, and how to work with Spring Boot application and SQL. And so like your database related things, how to work with database, and also these things you'll be learning as part of Java. And coming to the Node.js here, what you'll be learning is the complete Node.js you'll be learning, and you'll be learning about Express, and you'll be learning about one special database called MongoDB database. So what is that special database? We can talk about that later. It's a NoSQL database. So for this working, you don't require any SQL knowledge. Okay, fine. Now for Python, people have Django, Python, advanced core concepts, but I won't be teaching that. So I will be teaching all these two. Now here, if you choose this Java as a backend, okay, this is what I said, like compulsory, right? There is no option for you have to choose this one, like this common for any full stack. Now, what I'm saying here is, if you choose Java as the backend, and your full stack course will be called as Java full stack. It's called what? Java full stack. The name will be like Java full stack here. Or some people say full stack Java, but Java full stack. And if you prefer a node here, then this will be like a node full stack or something like node.js full stack. Yeah. Now, node.js full stack is having a special name, not Java, not Python, not .NET, but node.js will have a special name. You might already heard this in the internet or somewhere. You might heard these things, but don't think like these are something different. They are exactly same. It's Mun stack is nothing but full stack development only. Next, what mean stack? So that is also same. What stacks they are? They are simply node full stacks. That's it. Then why special name is very simple. Just observe this. If you choose node full stack, what are the technologies here we are going to learn here? So if you look at this, we are going to learn Node, Express, what MongoDB, and HTML, CSS, JavaScript are common for every time, right? Only the framework will change, Angular or Vue or React or something. Now observe the first letters of these things. What is this Marn, right? M indicates MongoDB, E for Express, R for React, N for Node.js. That's it. That's it. That is called monster. It's nothing but Node full stack. Next, this also same. M for MongoDB, E for Express, but A here is for Angular. If some people prefer, here the framework like Angular, then and will be Node. That is called mean stack development. But both are full stack only. That too, both are Node full stack. But we don't have these kind of names for Java or Python. It's clear. So that's it. These are the stacks we'll be learning, and I usually recommend the people to go with this stack. I personally, prefer or personally recommend people to do this if they are freshers or if they are if they wanted to switch career from one domain to other domain and all they want to learn full stack. I usually prefer this. You know why? Because see in the front end, see for Java or for Node full stack whatever, front end is common. No, you have to learn the front end. In that HTML you have to learn, CSS you have to learn, and pure JavaScript you have to learn. The complete JavaScript, as a language you have to learn. In the React also it's a framework. Frameworks are not languages; they are built on the other language. So React JS itself is a word. So it is also having only JS. So JS perfectly like more JS will be learning in the front end itself. Now, when it comes to this Java backend, then here you have to learn one new language called JavaScript, like thoroughly, and then in the backend again you have to start your journey as a programming, enthusiast with a new programming language, like again Java, like from the basics, how to declare a variable from that moment onwards you have to start again. Got it? But if you choose Node full stack or one, the advantage is here there is a word called Node.js actually Node, but usually it is Node.js. It looks like Node.js, but it is a platform. What it is? Node.js is not a language; it is a platform. Java is a language, but Node.js is a platform for writing backend application code by by or with the help of a language called JavaScript. Usually JavaScript is used for front end, right? That is for the purpose of adding dynamic nature. Apart from that, if we put another name for JavaScript like Node.js, then it will act like a backend programming language. Also, it is a super powerful language. Now, in this, you no need to learn any JavaScript related syntax new because everything is already ready now. You already created applications, everything ready here, right? You simply use this for other purpose, just to connect it to the DB, just to create the response and the response, a request handling. That purpose you'll be using. That's it. So, as a programmer, as a developer, if you learn one language called JavaScript perfectly, then that is enough for you to become a full stack developer. And even the MongoDB also. Your MongoDB will not be using SQL. So you don't need to learn SQL for working with MongoDB. Then how MongoDB will work is MongoDB is working with the help of a programming language or certain default functions will be there called JavaScript again. So in the JavaScript only some functions related to MongoDB will be there. If you learn them, yes, that's it. You can able to work with the MongoDB. So if you learn one language proper like JavaScript, yes, you can become a full stack developer itself. So not just front end developer. Got it. So that is what about these stacks and coming to the delivery. As you know, every day we'll be having a session. Yeah. So weekdays the session will be there, and whatever it's been happened, the same one will be recorded, and it will be available for you. If you miss any class, so you can go through that session, and the next day you should not be like new to write, and the course will be completely practical guys here, so it's not like theoretical. You guys can get theoretical subject anywhere, right? So here it's not like I don't take theoretical. Definitely I'll be talking about all the concept, but the moment we're done with the concept, and immediately we'll be implementing those concepts. So the complete journey will be here, the practical journey will be there, and you will be having uh, just and everything will be like industry oriented. It is nothing like like small programs. No, how industry people will write the code, so that the best practices will be followed. And the projects will be doing live projects will be doing during the course. So 5+ live projects will be implementing in the course. So apart from the projects, I will be giving you certain assignments to you guys, like day by day, something like that. I'll be giving some assignments to you, and you'll be performing that. So apart from these assignments, like daily assignments, sometimes I will give a special task to you guys. So to implement, to improve your logical skills and all, I will be giving you the task. And also that is what I'm doing. Everything will be practical. Once you're done with this here, I'll be teaching you guys like GitHub. There is something called GitHub. Okay, I will talk about this later, not in this class. But it's like a technical profile you can create in the GitHub account that you remember, like that, just like that. And whatever the projects you are creating here, all these projects along with the code, all these projects along with the code will be moved to your GitHub account. Understood? And that will be moved to your GitHub account, and there you can showcase it, like it's your what I say, like it's your profile, right? In simple words I can say it's your GitHub profile, and so in that GitHub profile you guys can showcase your projects, and that too all these projects are live, and those projects are done by you only. It's not like something you're directly getting project and you're keeping. No, you're doing the course, and you'll be keeping it, and we'll be providing you that interview support as well. Like support means the guidance will be giving you how how you need to represent yourself for getting the job, and also that journey will be helping you guys. So yeah, yeah, these are the main things. So apart from that, we have so many things. Yes, uh, that's it, guys. That's it from my side. I don't want to get into the technical details of HTML, separate CSS, and in today's session itself, I don't want to do. So that's it from my side. I hope you guys got an idea about what exactly the full stack development is, and what are the different things associated with the full stack development. Yeah. So now I am open to your questions, guys. The people who have not given your mail ID and the contact number to the Visual Path organizers, just you just to drop your email ID and contact number, all of you. So like new people like Kamakshi, Umesh. So if you are not given yet, so just to give your details to the chart, like your visual path is there, right? Organizers is there chart. Open the chart and you can send the message. Your two options is there, no? There you can select organizers only, and then you just send your details, both the mail ID and as well as your phone number, so that you will not be missing any update regarding your class timing and everything. So that's it. Technically, this is the thing, guys. And if you're having any other doubts, my admin team will be, helping you in that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm done with my demonstration now. So yeah, you can choose anything, like you can choose. But what I said is like Manso, like I usually prefer people to have that, but you can choose Java also, no problem. So now I'm open to your questions, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask your questions in the chat box. I'll be more happy to answer you. You can unmute yourself. You can ask your questions, or if you're comfortable, yes. If not, in this even you can ask in the chat box. But all of you respond. If you don't have any doubt, if you understood like what is full stack and you don't have any doubt in this, just mention like you are clear. And without wasting time, and mostly we'll be starting our class, next class, directly from the next week, like by Monday, like that, Monday or Tuesday, mostly Tuesday. uh, I will try to make it by Monday, but if not, mostly Tuesday, we'll be starting the session. So try to prepare for that mentally. So it will be 8, so 8 at the same time will be there, like how much timings, 1 hour session daily. Umesh and Kamakshi, if you have not given your details, just provide your drop your details to uh, organizers only chart, either to me or to Jalpat or organizers. You can drop your details. Yeah, and coming to the sessions, you have any doubt? So, yeah, respond is Snehasish, Kamakshi, and Umesh. If you don't have any doubt, just mention like you are clear. At least mention that, so that you'll be getting the acknowledgement, so that we can wind up for the day. Umesh, you're able to hear me? Kamakshi, you're able to hear me? If you guys have any doubt, just mention your doubt. If not, just mention like you're clear. No, no, no. Mansur, you can switch from system admin to full stack developer. It won't be a big task because you should have that zeal to learn. That's it. That's the only thing I can say. I have many students who are from non-computer science background, non-IT background, and they cracked interviews and now they are working as a full stack developer. So not just computer science here, so it is like people are from different background, like they are not even engineering graduates. So some people are from BSc, and in BSc also not computers, BSc some you have that other subject, like I have a student like chemistry, and some other like even some BA students also there, so who got the coaching, and later now they are working as multi stack developers and full stack developers. So you can switch modes, so not, it's not a problem. But you have to be regular to the classes, and you have to follow the process. Any questions, guys? So if you guys do not have any doubt, let's stop here. And yeah, as I told you, the next class directly will be on either Monday or Tuesday. But for that to be, intimated, so I just want you to have your, contact information with the usual path team. So that's why I'm just asking you. If you have already given, it's fine, good. So if not, just give your details to my team. So or even you can get that details of my team on the link, whatever you got, or the image, whatever you got it there. You have a phone number, right? So to that you can WhatsApp or you can call as well. So the number starts from 998 something, right? So to that number you guys can ping to that, or you guys can even call to that number, and you can get further details about non-technical details. So the technical things and all. So yes, I already told you. Still, if you're having, still I'm open. You can ask me, and all other non-technical details and also you guys can contact to that particular number. So the number is 99 899 710 7. The 99 899 710 7. So I just mentioned this in the chat box, so you can take that number, and you can. Yeah, okay, guys. Then yeah, it seems fine for you, right? So you don't have any doubts. So we'll stop here, and so looking forward to meet you on next class, guys. So bye, guys. Take care. So good night and a good day for you guys. Bye.